What's up, guys? This is the review of chapter 819 of One Piece. Now, this chapter is basically letting us know what exactly happened to Lord Udan or Odin. Uh, what was the reason behind his execution, and why did Momonosuke and Kanjiro and Kinemon they had to flee from Wano Kuni. So they explain that Wano Kuni basically right now is pretty much uh, has been cut off from the outside world. That's the reason why neither the world government nor any other pirate crew has been able to have any contact with this country, which is under the tyrannical rule of both the shogun and Kaido. Now I believe that Kaido isn't a shogun. I mean, in this chapter, they don't really specify that he's a shogun, but rather they implement that he is working with the shogun. So they say that Lord Odin was one of those few people who was in Goldie Rogers' crew, and one of those people who actually was able to reveal, who was able to gain the knowledge of the secrets of the world. And to acquire these secrets, Kaido and his men attacked Odin and captured him, captured his son, captured his wife. Probably Momonosuke's mom is also dead by now. Odin is also dead. So Kinemon explains that to not burden this whole secret, he never revealed any knowledge to them, and even if he would have done that, no one would have actually made this. No one would have revealed this secret, even if they would have killed them. So they pretty much start weeping that these guys, Kinemon and Kanjiro, both of them were supposed to protect their family, Momonosuke, his mom, Lord Odin. But in the end, Lord Odin was the one who had to protect them, and that just is sad. Is pretty sad. Even if I hate Momonosuke, I do think that it is very sad to see your parents being killed in front of you. Okay. The other thing that it was revealed in this chapter was that there was an alliance which was made way long ago. Now, this was actually explained previously as well, but it pretty much confirmed that it was the alliance between Zo and the Kozuki clan was so strong that even they would have laid their lives to protect Lord Odin. Yeah. The other thing that we get to see is the alliance between the Straw Hats, the rebels of Wano Kuni, and the people from Zo. Now, I need to first specify one thing. Because the country is bordered, that's the reason why we have. That's the reason why there has been uh, a lot of rebellion against this order of complete of borders. So that's so to there are a few people who do support Kinemon, Kanjiro, and Lord Odin. So these are the people from Wano Kuni, and then there's obviously Zo. Okay, so Kinemon pretty much asks Luffy and Law to he literally begs for them to help them out to take down Kaido. Luffy refuses Luffy refuses his request, and he basically does this like he did with Nami and also with Robin. For those of you who remember in the Arlong Park arc where Nami uh, when Nami's sister was explaining her story, Luffy just walks away. He's like, I'm not interested in this. And Zoro sleeps, and even he wasn't interested in this. But then when shit goes down and Nami pretty much breaks down and starts stabbing her arm, Luffy comes by and asks her like, "Hey, are you okay?" So Nami cries, and she finally asks him for help, and that's what he always wanted, for Nami to ask help for taking down Arlong. The same was with Robin. He wanted he wanted to hear Robin say that she wants to live, and so was with the Momonosuke. He wanted Momonosuke, the guy who was one of the main people who was supposed to be protected and the one who would be leading in future the Kozuki clan, to ask him for help, to be humble enough, to be down to earth enough to actually ask Luffy to help them. And yes, he cries out, he breaks down, and he says that yes, I want to beat Kaido, and I want to have an alliance. And yes, Luffy obviously he agrees with it. He's like, okay, so we aren't. So the the most funniest part over here was that Law pretty much asks him that, hey dude, you didn't even took my consent, and he's like, Luffy is like, I don't have to take your consent, dude. I make the decisions over here, and he just basically takes him on fly. The other thing was that Luffy mentions this, that hey guys, now we are in an alliance. That means we are friends. Okay, so no kneeling, no bowing down, and Law from behind is like, not even close. This was actually quite hilarious. But then Luffy mentions one thing, that he has to go find Sanji. And he mentions that okay, Sanji is really strong, and he's like he's as strong as 1,000 people. And Zoro from back there, he's like, by the way, I am as strong as 2,000 people. And Nami is like tapping his head, saying that okay, calm down. So Luffy mentions that, and Inuyarashi says, okay, that's fine. Have a safe journey, and you're taking Peckhams with you, everything. When these guys were having this conversation, then we get that motherfucker Jack, asshole fucking piece of shit, who comes up. Obviously he survived somehow, but even after fighting this guy, after fighting Fujitora and Sengoku, somehow he survived. But that motherfucker comes up over there, and he's like, well, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this elephant. Let's kill him. And that's how the chapter ends. So I just want to see Luffy, Zoro, or anyone from this crew just kill his ass, or like, I want to just rip him off. I hate that character so much. Yeah. Anyways, it was a great chapter, even though it was more discussion based chapter, but it was still a great one. I enjoyed it. What do you think about it? Leave in the comment section. You guys stay safe. Till next time.